Have you ever wondered why you've not been shortlisted for that job interview that you applied for? I give you an example. You were surfing through the net and you stumbled upon this job position, and quickly you attach your resume and you send to the company in question because you know that you are qualified for the role, hoping that with a high expectation that the company will shortlist you for the interview. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months, and there is no indication that you are even shortlisted. This could be very frustrating. Am I right? I see you nodding your head. Okay. Do you also know that because of this issue, a lot of applicants or employees have concluded that to a large extent, when they see job applications or job positions on the net, they tend not to even bother applying for it because they believe that the organization in question is just using it as a ruse to employ people that they want to put in that position. Nepotism, if I may say. You might be right, but let's consider this for example. Every organization is created for one reason: to maximize profit, generate profit, and maximize it. And in order to do that, you need experts that are competent enough to always navigate the company through the ever-challenging macro and micro economy that the business will be facing on a daily basis. So, if this is known, do you think by employing people that you know that are based on nepotism will help keep the organization afloat? I don't think it is true to a large extent. So, every organization needs experts that would ensure that the organization remains or stand through the test of time. Not to say that nepotism is not there, but it is always to the barest minimum, because if everybody in that organization is based on nepotism, I can assure you that the company will crumble. So, do you know that your resume is like a snapshot of you? Like your ID card, your national ID card or your voter ID card or your driver's license that contain vital information about you. Your resume is a snapshot of you, showing the vital information about your career path so far throughout the course of your career. And if it is not carrying the necessary information that it needs to have, there is that high tendency that you will never be shortlisted, even if you feel or you know you are qualified for that position. So I am here to tell you today the things that you should know, 5 things that you should know when you are applying for that position, that you should always do about your resume so that it becomes attractive. It has that potential to stand you out on your behalf and you get shortlisted for the interview. Because remember, you are not the only one applying for that position. So in order not to waste any time, let's just jump right into it. What are the 5 things that you should do to your resume when you are applying for a position? But before I tell you that, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, share my link, and drop your comment. Number 1, when you want to apply for a position, remember, you should always state your accomplishment, not your duties. If your resume is carrying your duties and not your accomplishment, there is that high tendency that you will not be shortlisted. Do you know why? The job that you are applying for, you will see that every job that is being published there is the role of that job in the advertisement or job ad, and it is expected that you applying for that position, you are already performing that role, or you are similarly doing that duties, and you stating that duties again in your job, in your resume, makes no sense, because the employer already know that this is what you are doing, so he expects to see what are the achievements you have attained so far in doing this job, these roles that you or the application is requesting for. So don't ever make that mistake by stating your duties. Instead, state your achievements, clear-cut achievements. And stating this brings me to point number 2. Use key indicators or data analysis to buttress your achievement. In the corporate world, just saying or stating making statement does not go a long way, but facts, figures can never be challenged. It is hard proof. So once you are redesigning your resume, please use key indicators or percentage to show your clear achievement. Take for example, you work or you are a loan officer or a manager. You state your achievement and you want to back it up. Oh, I have achieved so from January 2020 till date. The disbursement of the group was so when I joined, or as of January last year, and now is this, which is so in percentage, just for example. But the point is, use key indicators, facts to back your achievement. So 1, achievements instead of duties. 2, key indicators and percentage to back those achievements. Point number 3, tailor your resume to that job role that you are applying for. A lot of people make this mistake. You just see a job advert and immediately you just attach your CV and you say, no, who does that? You must make sure you take out time to tailor your resume towards that job position, so that when the employer sees it, it gives a good representative of you on your behalf. That before they are picking 1 to 10, your own stands out. Remember, you are not there to speak for yourself, so your resume does everything on your behalf. And if your resume is not showing clear points or stating clear indicators or achievements about you, there is no way, there's that chance that you will not be shortlisted. Number 4. Number 4, to a large extent, a lot of people make this mistake. Skills and hobbies. People are still putting skills and hobbies. I like swimming, I like traveling. Who cares about that? These are things that are making your CV bulky. Irrelevant information that are not necessary. Skills. I am an expert in Microsoft and PowerPoint. In this jet age, you are still stating that when a 2-year-old baby or 3 years old can operate your phone just by studying it for like weeks, already knows how to operate the phone, and you are still stating that. Do you not know that your employer, the employer in question, is expected or knows that in this jet age, to a large extent, you are a computer literate? All these little things, you should know them. So they are not relevant. Some people will say, oh, managerial skill, conflict resolution, very good in conflict resolution. Who is interested in that? As an employee, this is a given that you as an employee, you should have in you already. Every employer expects that you should know them, but not in your CV. They add no value. If you must put anything that has to do with skill, let it be a program that you attended that is tailored towards the job position that you are applying for, or a product. But the point is, it must be tailored towards that job position that you're applying for, or else it is just as good as useless. So don't ever make that mistake, or you are still doing that, or you are still making that mistake by putting all those irrelevant skills and hobbies. Please, it makes your CV bulky, your resume bulky. And the final one, point number 5, as much as possible, reduce your resume to 1 page. I have this philosophy which I have adopted. I don't know about you, but it has been working for me very, very well. If you do not have that work experience, your total career is less than 10 years, your resume should not be more than a single page. Every point you want to make should just be in a single page, or maximum 1.5. It is only people that have gone beyond 10 years that have gone. The reason is because their accomplishment must be much. So they need more than 1 or 2 pages to express their accomplishment, which is understandable because of the wealth of knowledge they've gathered. But for you that is still under less than 10 years, please stick to a page or maximum 1.5 or 2. It's your boy once again, Agobot for Life, letting you know what you are expected to do when it comes to you applying for that job position, so that you become one of the successful candidates that is shortlisted for the interview. And for the interview part, I also have a video in my channel too that talks about the tips that you should know when you are going for an interview, so that you don't, or you come out successful at the end of the day. Until I see you in the next one, I say have a blessed day and goodbye you.